unfold. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on now.
We have this opportunity to form an alliance.
Have you ever wondered what cars The Rock drives to the WWE wrestling events or to a Fast and Furious premiere? Hell, he might have a different car for every WrestleMania event. So for today's video, let's check out every car The Rock owns and, well, has crashed. Let's start with his Malibu morning car, the Porsche Taycan. Once in Malibu, Dwayne The Rock got out of bed and decided out of nowhere to take his Porsche Taycan for a spin along the Pacific Coast Highway. Perfect sunrise, perfect ocean glow, even the roads were empty. But just a short while into the drive and let's just say it got real crazy. You see, as The Rock floored the accelerator, the Taycan's 750 horsepower shot up. The car shot forward like a rocket, hitting 60 in 2.6 seconds. The sheer force alone pinned him to his seat like the perfect RKO. And for a moment, the big man was holding on for his dear life. As he neared a sharp bend, the Taycan's all-wheel drive system kicked in and made the bend like it was a piece of cake. The Rock later said, "I thought I was driving a spaceship, not a car." Now the Taycan isn't any electric car, believe me. Being a German-engineered beast that runs with 774 pound-feet of torque up its tail, the car makes quite the impression. Thanks to its 2-speed transmission on the rear axle, it launches real hard, hitting a top speed of 161 miles an hour. To think about it, this car could be lined up against a Lamborghini Huracán and a McLaren 720S, and it will still leave them in the dust without even making a roar from its engine. Now, while most electric cars run on a 400-volt electric system, Porsche went bigger and gave the Taycan an 800-volt architecture. This means the car charges at lightning speed, and with the right charger, you can add 60 miles to it in just 5 minutes. The Rock's Taycan Turbo S is loaded with almost every option Porsche offered. We're talking a Burmester 3D sound system that turns the car into a small-sized O2 arena, a carbon fiber package that shaves off weight for more speed, and a custom paint job that fits his persona. While the price starts at over $200,000, his version plus the customizations could hit over twice that price. Trust me, if it ever went on auction, it could sell for $800,000. One night in Miami, The Rock rolled up to a red carpet event in his garage's most beautiful jewel, the Bentley Continental GT. Paparazzi went into a frenzy with his appearance at the event, but everyone knew that the car was actually what made him stand out. The Bentley's hand-polished, mirror-like paint threw back every flash like a disco ball, and the growl of its 6-liter W12 engine drowned the shutters. As The Rock walked away, someone jokingly shouted, "Hey Rock, can I take it for a spin?" Turning back, he flashed his signature eyebrow raise and said, "Only if you can handle it." Wait, handle it? Handle what? Well, the GT runs with 650 horsepower and has a top speed of 208 miles an hour. While some people can handle a few hundred horsepower, racing a vehicle at above 200 is, let's say deadly. The Rock doesn't even race it that high. Now, the Bentley Continental GT is the car equivalent of a tailored tuxedo with a jet engine. It's like stupid fast, especially since its W12 is something of a mini nuclear reactor. The wheels can go from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, which is faster than most sports cars we've got today. Slide into the cabin, and you're greeted by leather so soft it feels like it was tanned by angels. Even the wood veneers are so polished you could use them as a mirror. The dashboard bears a rotating display that flips between a high-tech touchscreen, classic analog dials, or a seamless wood panel. For the sound system, Bentley offers a 2,200-watt, 18-speaker Naim audio setup with really good loudening features. Now, here's where it gets wild. The paint process for the Continental GT takes over 100 hours. That's right, 100 hours. Each layer of paint is applied by hand, then polished to a mirror finish. Even crazier is that Bentley lets you customize the smell of the leather inside the cabin. Want it to smell like a library full of rare books? Done. Fresh rain on a summer morning? Easy. A hint of whiskey to remind you of your last trip to Scotland? They've got you covered. Only 80,000 units of this car were ever made, making it not too rare, but also not too easy to get. As for the money value, a standard Continental GT starts at $238,000. But the Rock's version with all the bells and whistles easily pushes over $400,000. Real fair price for a car whose smell you can customize. Next up, Dwayne's Ford Raptor. Let's get talking. The Raptor doesn't compare with your average V8. Nope. It uses a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 that produces around 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to its Fox Live valve suspension, it glides over bumps like they're pebbles, even while at high speed. Speaking of speed, this monster can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 5.5 seconds, which isn't too bad for a Ford. Inside, leather-trimmed Recaro seats fill the space, while a massive 12-inch touchscreen sits pretty in the dashboard area. If you aren't perfect with parking, there's a 360-degree camera system that pops up and helps you see around. Oh, and to drown out those exhaust sounds, you can crank up the car's BO 18-speaker sound system. I think the Rock made it up to 20 speakers or so. Now, let's talk money. A base Raptor will set you back around $77,000. Believe me, the Rock's version is well past $100,000. Then there's the Rock's Rolls-Royce Wraith, the one car Rolls-Royce Motors decided to equip with their satellite-aided transmission tech. We'll come back to this feature later. Now, don't let the Wraith's whisper-quiet glide and buttery smooth ride fool you. Running on a 6.6-liter twin-turbo V12, this car has an astounding 624 horsepower and 605 pounds-feet of torque on its tail. That makes the Wraith the most powerful Rolls-Royce ever created. Despite tipping the scales at over 5,300 pounds, it can rocket from 0 to 60 in just 4.4 seconds, hitting a speed around 155 miles per hour. The Wraith's interior is another story of its own. It has hand-stitched leather, real wood paneling, and metal finishes so exquisite they make even the air vents feel like pieces of high-end jewelry. And then there's the pièce de résistance, the Starlight headliner. Over 1,300 fiber optic lights are hand-placed to mimic real constellations, and you can customize it to match the exact star formation from any date in history. Back to the satellite-aided transmission tech, this allows the car to use its GPS to automatically select the best gear for upcoming terrain. In other words, you aren't getting stuck in the desert, on mountains, or even in quicksand. For price numbers, a brand new Rolls-Royce Wraith starts at a cool $350,000. Customizations are where the magic happens, and with the Rock's Wraith, likely past $450K. Number 5 on our list is the Rock's Lamborghini Huracán. Let's just go straight to the good stuff. The Huracán is powered by a 5.2-liter, naturally aspirated V10 engine, pushing out 631 horsepower and 443 pounds-feet of torque in its most powerful version, the Huracán Performante. Because Lamborghini loves drama, this engine screams up to 8,500 revolutions per minute, delivering one of the most intoxicating sounds in the automotive world. This beast can rocket from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds, making it one of the fastest accelerating Lamborghinis ever. The top speed? A staggering 202 miles per hour, more than enough to make the road feel like a blur. Thanks to its all-wheel drive system and Lamborghini's innovative Aerodynamica Lamborghini Attiva, or ALA for short, the Huracán remains glued to the road. The system literally adjusts downforce in real time, making sure you get maximum grip whether making corners or blasting down a straight. Despite being a hardcore supercar, it is surprisingly comfortable, with a high-tech digital cockpit, Apple CarPlay, and even adjustable driving modes for when you don't want to go full speed. Lamborghini produced about 24,000 units of the Huracán before ending production in 2024, making it one of the most successful supercars ever built. And if you want one, be ready to spend big. A brand new one starts at $250,000, but the Rock's Performante, or Evo version, is worth over $350,000, especially with its custom finishes. To be honest, a Pagani is the last thing I expect to find in the Rock's garage. Even crazier is that this one is a Pagani Huayra. Beneath its sculpted carbon fiber body sits a 6-liter twin-turbocharged EVIC-12 engine built by Mercedes-AMG specifically for Pagani. It delivers 720 horsepower and 738 pounds-feet of torque, enabling the Huayra to accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds. Besides its raw power, the Huayra is equipped with a 7-speed sequential gearbox and a lightweight carbon fiber monocoque chassis. It's not just the most powerful car in the Rock's garage, it is the fastest, maxing out at 236 miles per hour. Pagani only built 100 units of the Huayra coupe before ending production. The name Huayra comes from a Quechua wind god, quite the name for this aerodynamic marvel. The car's active aerodynamic system features 4 independently controlled flaps that adjust in real time to optimize downforce and stability. The exhaust system is crafted entirely from titanium, reducing weight while producing a Formula One-like roar at full throttle. Tech-wise, the Huayra's technology is just out of this world. It has a fully digital instrument cluster that provides real-time data on speed and performance metrics. The infotainment system, though minimalist, includes Bluetooth connectivity and a premium sound system, though Pagani prioritizes the engine's symphony over speakers. The dashboard features machined aluminum controls and a central touchscreen interface for navigation and vehicle settings. The doors open in a dramatic gullwing style and are made from lightweight carbon fiber with intricate detailing. A hat off to the car's brilliant engineering. As for the price, a standard Pagani Huayra starts at $2.6 million. But no one buys a standard Huayra. With all the custom options and details, the Rock's Huayra could easily be worth over $3.5 million. Dwayne Johnson also owns a LaFerrari, a car so extreme that Ferrari only built 499 units. To be honest, this car was birthed with a lot of F1 chromosomes. Powering this beast is a 6.3-liter V12, paired with an electric motor and delivering a mind-blowing 950 horsepower and 664 pounds-feet of torque. With this hybrid setup, the car could go up to 60 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds and has a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Unlike other hybrids, which focus on fuel savings, the LaFerrari's electric motor is designed to instantly solve power issues, providing acceleration with zero lag. Ferrari designed this car with sickening aerodynamics in mind, giving it really active wings, a carbon fiber monocoque, and a low-slung stance to make sure it stays on the road even at high speeds. Inside, everything is stripped down for performance. Racing seats, a digital cockpit, and a steering wheel covered in controls like a Formula One car. At launch, the LaFerrari had a price tag of $1.5 million, but since production ended, values have skyrocketed. Today, one can easily sell for over $4 million. Some even go as high as $5 million. And finally, the Rock's McLaren P1. If there is one car that looks like it was sent from the future, it's definitely this McLaren, believe me. Sitting inside its carbon fiber body is a 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V8, working alongside an electric motor to produce a heavy 903 horsepower and 664 pounds-feet of torque. This hybrid can launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.7 seconds, smashing the brakes at a top speed of 217 miles per hour. Inside, it is pure driver-focused madness, minimalist, lightweight, and designed to make you feel like a Formula One driver. McLaren even removed excess padding to save weight and ease control. Now, the champions of the McLaren P1's crazy tech are its instant power assist system and the drag reduction system, or DRS. Both features are used in Formula One vehicles, with the iPass allowing the electric motor deliver an instantaneous surge of power, filling in any turbo lag from the V8 engine. On the flip side, the DRS reduces drag on straights by adjusting the rear wing, allowing the car to slice through the air like a knife through butter. Oh, and there's the race-active chassis control system that actively manages the suspension, ride height, and aerodynamics, adapting to driving conditions in real time. Only 375 units of the P1 were ever built, making it one of the rarest and most sought-after hybrid hypercars. At launch, it had a price tag of $1.15 million, but today, prices have gone past $2 million. If you like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so we can update you on all our upcoming content. Also, comment what celebrity car collection you want us to do next. We'll catch you in the next one.